Do you know who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants, and kids love him. How do I know? Because, well, my daughter Madeline is among his millions of fans, as am I. The show's been around for more than a decade. It's going strong, a television hit, a merchandising machine. But what kind of creative process fuels this success? Neil Karlinsky, infiltrated Bikini Bottom.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob SquarePants!
Absorbent and yellow and porous is he.
SpongeBob runs ahead of Patrick laughing and trips on a rock.
This is the world of SpongeBob SquarePants. A show that's grown into a multi-billion-dollar phenomenon so popular it is among the top-rated shows on all of cable television.
Put on your sneaker and sneakers, Squidward. We're gonna let those two dinglings lead us straight to the mountain of...
Stephen Banks is the show's head writer.
SpongeBob SquarePants is about a sponge who lives under the sea in a pineapple. He works at the Krusty Krab. He makes Krabby Patties.
Followed by ketchup, mustard, pickles, extra onions, lettuce, cheese, tomatoes, and bun, in that order.
Then there is Plankton, who wants nothing more than to get the secret recipe to make Krabby Patties.
You weak-minded fool!
Which will allow him, for some reason, to be able to take over the world.
Of course, he's not a sea sponge, but an actual kitchen sponge with what you might call a colorful cast of characters and assorted misfits. There's the squirrel scientist who lives in a bubble.
Carolyn Lawrence, and I play Sandy Cheeks.
I like you, SpongeBob.
The greedy boss.
Clancy Brown, and I play Mr. Krabs.
Money, oh money, how I love thee.
The depressed, cynical neighbor.
Roger Bumpus, and I play Squidward Tentacles.
SpongeBob, will you keep it down?
The dopey, good-natured best friend.
Bill Fagerbakke. I'm Patrick.
And, of course, the sponge himself.
Tom Kenny, SpongeBob SquarePants.
No, not him, the real SpongeBob, though we can only reach him by phone.
SquarePants resident.
SpongeBob, you know, I was thinking of getting myself some SquarePants. Do you mind telling me, where do you shop?
At the store.
Do you ever take a vacation?
Oh, I don't think that Mr. Krabs believes in vacations.
Finally, my kids really wanted me to ask you this question, and that is, what is the Krabby Patty secret formula?
Nice try, Neil. Or should I say, Plankton?
What do you guys think it is? What's the secret sauce? Why is this show so popular?
Mass hypnotism.
Secret sauce.
What's gonna happen to us?
Funny is funny.
We'll probably get 40 lashes.
Oh, no!
The stories are funny. It's just maintained its longevity.
I think it's SpongeBob's whimsical optimism.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
He cannot be defeated, and I think that has a lot to do with its appeal.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Go, SpongeBob!
Do you think it's the adult humor?
I think you've hit it on the head.
Yeah.
I think adults these days are still...
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
Luckily, the infantilization of the American culture has worked for us.
A full 25% of the show's audience are adults who don't even have kids.
What is a good SpongeBob story?
Silly and simple.
The show's creators say they're not necessarily writing kid stuff.
We're trying to make a show that we would laugh at when we watch. No one's ever gone like, gee, how? Because if you could do that, if you could say 10 million 8-year-olds will love this, every show would be a hit. And that doesn't happen, so it's what we think is funny.
Making a children's cartoon isn't child's play. It takes 9 months to make just one episode.
SpongeBob comes out of the freezer and he says, nothing like a fresh frozen Krabby Patty with extra freezer burn flavor.
The artist pitched the shows to episodes.
I think people will be surprised to see you guys drawing on Post-it notes.
Well, it makes it easy because you can just pull them off and switch them around.
The joke there is supposed to say...
A cleaned-up version is run by a network executive for approval and to make sure nothing offensive slips in.
With Sam's costume, I think you just may want to cover her chest a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's a bit revealing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just a little glimpse into the mind of a cartoonist.
It's one of the few cartoons left that still uses paint for animation. The deadlines are fierce.
So it's not enough to be good or creative, you gotta be fast.
Yeah, that's the ticket here. Kind of creative on demand.
Creative director Vincent Waller oversees every inch of it.
On the computer, I go over all the designs, and I made a pass at you as a fish. Best I can do is a fish.
That's a fish. Not sure what to say about that.
The cartoon has been going 10 years now, broadcast around the world in 25 languages. And it has spawned an entire line of toys, clothing, and food, with sales estimated at nearly $1 billion a year.
Cha-ching, cha-ching. The only reason my family and I aren't living under a bridge is that I can go, ah! How do you explain that? It's a very bizarre day job.
Actor Tom Kenny and the rest of the cast practice by rehearsing around a table.
Not for long. And then we're going to run this all the way through to Sandy's line 98.
When they finally record the show,
My fabulous.
there are no added special effects for their voices.
Upsy daisy, downsy woundsy.
Bill, it was genius. Pure genius.
Krusty Krab, come on down to the Krusty Krab!
At 112, please. We'll do 3.
No, my show! You seem tense. You seem tense. Oh, somebody's tense.
The show's executive producer says SpongeBob is simply this, a fun-loving, hyperactive man-child.
So are you a man-child, or are you all just immature here, or?
Well, I think all animators are a little immature. You have to have part of you that didn't grow up.
You're it!
Maybe that's it, the secret formula that's turned an unlikely character into a global phenomenon. Sometimes it just doesn't pay to be mature.
What do you think this is? Some kind of party?
And
I'm Neil Karlinsky for Nightline in Burbank, California.